I'm your host, Hank Chesko.
Jordan has played basketball.
And on the camera tonight, I have Anthony Cugini. We're just getting started, and we are going to try to cover the Senior Rec Awards tonight.
Also a member of Athletes Taking
Cutting in a little late on Jordan Albert. I'm going to turn it over to the PA man and let you listen to him.
Also play basketball, so congratulations to Jordan.
Again, our apologies to the Albert family. We got it in a little bit late. They caught us off guard with the start, but now we'll do with the rest of the seniors.
Number 44, Christian Beck, escorted by his parents, Marty and Donna Beck.
Christian's had some great games coming off the bench for the Panthers this year.
Football program as well as our basketball program. He's a member of the High Honor Roll and a Student of the Year nominee. Also a member of Student Council and Athletes Taking Action. Christian is not sure where he's going to go to college, but he may play football there. Christian Beck. Our next senior, number 10, Michael Dietrich, escorted by his parents, Rich and Laura Dietrich.
Again, Mike's had some great minutes off the bench for the Panthers this year as well.
He's also been a member of our football and basketball programs, 4 years if you count his experience at center. He's a member of the Honor Roll, a member of Athletes Taking Action. Mike has just recently, should be congratulated, he got a scholarship to play football at Clarion. That's where he will be attending his next 4 years.
Congratulations, Mike. Mike and Christian both provided a nice spark and some needed muscle off the bench for the Panthers this year.
Senior, number 11, Sam Klein, escorted by his parents, Arnie and Sarah Klein. In addition to being a member of the basketball team, Sandy is a member of the High Honor Roll, Athletes Taking Action, the Changes Club, and a participant in the Leukemia Research Golf Outing. Sam's future plans, he's not sure where he's going to go to college. He either wants to be a businessman or a sports broadcaster.
I can't tell, but is Coach Holzer sporting a mustache, or is it just the lights in here tonight?
Our next senior, number 23, Brett McCormick, escorted by his parents, Ray and Wendy McCormick.
Brett, a 2-year starter.
4-year letterman on our basketball program, also a 4-year member of the varsity volleyball squad, and also played freshman football. He is a member of the High Honor Roll, and a National Student of the Year nominee, and a Student Council Senator, and a member of Athletes Taking Action. He plans to play basketball in college over his next 4 years. Brett McCormick.
Congratulations on a fine career, Brett.
Our next senior, number 31, Ben Richardson, escorted by his parents, Kathy and Craig. Ben is a member of the volleyball team for 4 years as well as basketball, and the bowling team. He is also a member of Athletes Taking Action. His favorite author is Terrence Woods. He will be attending college at Slippery Rock University. Ben Richardson. But last but certainly not least, senior captain number 5, Dave Steen, escorted by his parents, Jim and Colette Steen. In addition to playing 4 years of basketball, Dave is the captain, a 2-year captain of the varsity soccer team, also an all-Whitfield performer for the WPIAL finalist squad this year. He is a member of the Honor Roll and Athletes Taking Action, and he plans to attend college and play soccer over the next 4 years. Dave Steen.
Dave had a great soccer season this past year, as the PA man pointed out. He was an all-Whitfield selection. And didn't he make All-State too? All-State third team? Not sure.
Best of luck and congratulate them on a wonderful 4 years here at Upper St. Clair. Congratulations, seniors.
Well, we're going to cut out now. The teams will be getting the warm-ups. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed our presentation of Senior Rec Night. Again, this is your host, Hank Chesko, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks. There was the horn calling both teams to their respective benches. We'll be rising for our national anthem. Again, as I said a little earlier, I'm your host, Hank Chesko. This is the last home game of the year. I'm joined on the camera by Anthony Cugini. He's done about 5 or 6 games with us this year, and we've appreciated his efforts. Both teams will be rising. Looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem. This is senior night, and we'll see if Coach Holzer sticks with tradition and starts his seniors instead of his underclassmen.
We have a special guest in attendance today. The first basketball coach in the history of Upper St. Clair is in attendance today. Ron, Chris, would you please stand up and give a wave to the crowd, and let's give Ron a hand. Thank you for coming today, Ron.
Peters Township Indians come into the game 12-8, 8-3 in the section.
There's a second group of seniors here from the Peters Township team. Please give the Peters Township Indian seniors a nice hand today.
The storyline the last 3 or 4 years with Peters has been Coach Goga, who was an assistant here under Coach Holzer for many years.
Peters Township Indians starting at forward. He's 6'2". He's a senior. He wears number 11. He is Paul Pollard. At guard, he is 5'9". He's also a senior. He wears number 4. He is Phil Horinsky. A guard at 5'9". He's also a senior. He wears number 12. He is John Kovac. A guard at 6 foot. He is also a senior. He wears number 22. He is Corey Wilcox. And finally, a guard at 5'10", class of 2010, number 3, Craig Wilcox. That's your Peters Township starting lineup. Good luck, Indians. Coaches are head coach Gary Goga, assisted by Ed Rafferty and Scott Sussman.
The PA is rather loud today. As I was starting to say, Coach Goga did work here at St. Clair for 5 or 6 years under Coach Holzer.
Are you ready to meet your 2010 Upper St. Clair Panthers? Starting at guard, he's 5'7", class of 2010, number 11, Sam Klein.
Sam, a senior, he'll be starting tonight.
At forward, he's 6 foot even. He's the class of 2010. He's number 31. He is Ben Richardson.
Ben with a little special entrance underneath Dakota's legs.
Forward, he is 6'4", class of 2010. He wears number 10. He is Michael Dietrich.
Mike with a more traditional entrance onto the court.
2010. He wears number 44. He is Christian Beck.
Christian with a little theatrics with Dakota.
2010. He's a guard. He's 6'4", number 23. He is Brett McCormick. There are your starting 5. Your coaches are Danny Holzer, DJ Gabbard, Noel Porter, Ted Barnett, and Kevin Williams. Your referees today are Rich Ellsbury, Rika Davis, Bill Holtz. Are you ready for the best basketball in the WPIL Section 4 Quad A? Let's play some basketball!
Well, that was an interesting several set of entrances to the court. Dakota playing his part and helping the seniors celebrate their last game here at St. Clair. Also leading the celebration at midcourt with their last cheer. I don't know if you noticed, Dakota did check Brett for weapons before he got onto the court. So again, we have Richardson, Klein, Dietrich, Beck, and McCormick. Tap is won by St. Clair. As I started to say 3 times now, Coach Goga, ex of Upper St. Clair, he has really turned the Peters Township program around since he's been here. Before he got on the scene for the Indians, it wasn't uncommon for a 20-30 point St. Clair victory. Now each game is highly contested. Teams are pretty even. Peters won the earlier match at Peters. This game, as the PA announcer said, is important. It will determine whether St. Clair gets into the Whippeal playoffs or not. With Peters Township beating Cannon McMillan yesterday. Short, long rebound to Richardson. With Peters Township beating Cannon McMillan last night, St. Clair is in a win and you're in situation. Follow, can't get it to go. Beck missed the bunny. McCormick couldn't tap it in. Dietrich with a nice strong drive. And the Panthers are on the board. 2-0 early going, 1 minute gone first quarter. Panthers hosting the Peters Township Indians in their last section game of the season. Panthers lost last night 66-60 in a tightly contested match against number 1 in the state, Mount Lebanon. Nice three-pointer by number 4, Kerensky. Gives the Indians their first lead of the evening. But again, you cannot say too many good things about the way Coach Goga has turned around the Peters Township program since he's been there. McCormick pulls back for a 3. Step back 3.
Jump ball possession will go to Peters Township.
Beck and Pollock fighting for the ball. The seniors had a couple of minutes. Nice round of applause for the seniors.
David Steen and Steve
Lamberio, Del Rey, Steen, and Halpert in for the Panthers. Panthers in a 2-3. Look for them to pop out on the wings to pressure the shooters. A three-pointer. They're going to call a foul on Lamberio. Coach Holzer is not very happy with that call.
Foul is on Lamberio. Wolcott will shoot 3.
If you were watching the Pitt game last night, that reminded me of the foul they called on McGee in the second overtime. Quite a Panther victory. There were no burning couches in Morgantown, or the reports that I heard. Or were there flying coins at the coaches? Very well behaved but raucous zoo last night. First one is no good. Score remains 3-2 Indians. I will admit that with 50 seconds to go and the Panthers down by 7, I did switch over to the opening the opening act or the opening ceremonies for a few minutes. Much like West Virginia, I thought the game was over, and lo and behold, I turn it on only to see Gibbs dropping a three-pointer to send the game into overtime. Great victory against the number 4 team by the Panthers. 5-2 Indian lead. 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Steen with the stroke from the top of the key.
Steen from McCormick for 3.
That ties it 5-5, 5:26 remaining. It's been a while since we've had a home game. I know the students taped one game for broadcast. Kind of some quirks of the schedule where we were front-loaded with home games, and between that and the snow for the last week, I might be a little rusty tonight. At any rate, 5-5, 4:55 remaining, first quarter. Entry pass. Very nice defense by Lamberio. Or no, that was McCormick, excuse me. Held his ground, didn't slap at the ball. He was all over Pollock. Del Rey sets up 10 feet from the basket, drop step, lefty turnaround.
Spin for 2.
Del Rey used his size and his bulk very nicely on that play. Number 3, Wolcott, will go back to the line. He was a bit out of control. I don't think we needed to play. I don't think we needed to contest him. There was no way he was making that shot. Steve's legs don't match the color of his arms. He must have some sort of leggings on. You don't usually see that with basketball players. That makes Steve 3 of 4. Or Wolcott is now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Pulls the Indians within 1, 7-6 as we approach the midway mark, first quarter. Second one rattles out. Rebound Del Rey. Steen running the point. Most of the time this year, Albert's been running the point. Wonder if the ankle is still bothering him a little bit. Almost a moving pick. Running one-hander off balance. Albert with some nice backcourt defense picked the pocket of the Indian. McCormick rattles it around. Couldn't decide whether to swish it or bank it. So he played it off the rim. 9-6 Panther lead. Again, Peters comes into the game 12-8 on the season, 8-3 in the section. Head fake on Del Rey. Reverse layup. Nice hustle by Wilcox. Number 22, for those of you that are all sports fans, Wilcox did play soccer for the Indians. And in the one St. Clair Indian game, Peter, in the St. Clair Peters game at Peters, he scored the winning goal with just a couple of minutes left. Long three, barely draws iron. Wilcox gets the long rebound. (9-6) in a quickly moving first quarter. 3 minutes remaining. Indians content to move the ball around the perimeter. Wilcox gives up his dribble, and he's going to get a 3-second call.
Mike Dietrich is into the lineup for the Panthers. 3 seconds on Peters Township.
St. Clair does have height at just about every spot across the front line and the backcourt. Albert back to his point guard role. Dietrich checked into the game for Steen when we weren't looking. Del Rey, powerful move inside. 11-6, 5-point Panther lead. Again, Panthers need to play with some urgency today. This is a win and in situation. It's really been an up and down season for the Panthers. They've played very well in some games against tougher competition. Nice drive by Walcott. Walcott leading all scorers with 5. He has 5 of the 8 Peters Township points. Again, as I was saying, been an up and down season for the Panthers. They played very, very well against the tough Mount Lebanon squad, and then against some lesser teams, the likes of Baldwin and Bethel, didn't quite play as well as we could have. Oh, the pull-up jumper in and out. Nice Charlie hustle play by Dietrich.
Dietrich on the follow for the Panthers.
Love the big guy with the offensive rebound. Panther lead back to 5, 13-8, 1:20 remaining. Walcott, that was a prayer, but it went in. I don't think Coach Goga drew that one up for him to throw off an off-balance shot backing in, but sometimes you're good, sometimes you're lucky. Cuts the Panther lead to 3, 1:09 remaining. Alpert with the drive, Lamberio with the open 3, yes.
Lamberio for 3 from Albert.
He's money on the open 3. Steve is joying a little bit at the Panther, or the...
Walcott, 2 for the Indians.
Coach Holzer, someone should guard Walcott. As the two inside players fought for position, number 11 Pollock. You'll see what he did. He tried to push Del Rey further away from the basket. It's a very typical strategy when you're outmatched or you're undersized underneath. You want to make the offensive player set up as far away from the basket as possible, and sometimes you'll give them that little push. Many times that nudge goes unnoticed, other times it gets called. At any rate, 16-12, under 30 seconds remaining first quarter. Panthers with a 4-point lead. Walcott has been the story here for the Indians in the first period. Nice head fake. Again, a 3-second. Three-pointer is long. There was a walk, a 3-second violation. There was a little bit of everything, but nothing got called. At the buzzer, Worthy can't get it to go.
Your score at the end of 1 period. Your Upper St. Clair Panthers 16, the Peters Township Indians 12.
Great start for the Indians.
Start with Upper St. Clair with possession of the ball.
Great start for the Panthers, 16-12, 4-point lead. They've struggled against Peters this year. Again, as I said, that first quarter was all Walcott. He has 9 of the 12 Indian points, with Horensky contributing a 3. Both Pollock and Wilcox have looked very shaky underneath. The Panthers have 3 or 4 inches on both of them, and Del Rey's been able to get inside. Dietrich had a couple of baskets inside on offensive rebounds. If the Panthers continue to work the ball inside, I don't think the front line of Peters Township can match up with the size of the Panthers. But they have to do something about Walcott. Panthers will bring out Del Rey, Lamberio, Albert, Dietrich, and McCormick. Looks like the Indians are staying with their starting lineup of Kovac, Wilcox, Walcott, Pollock, and number 4, who is Horensky. Lamberio has about 7 or 8 inches on Horensky. Horensky's using his hands a lot, grabbing the shirt, pushing him. There's an open 3 for Lamberio. He's money.
Lamberio for 3 from Albert.
You can't give him 3 or 4 feet like that. Walcott, nice head fake. He pays the price. Walcott will go back to the line for 2.
Will shoot 2. Foul is on Dietrich.
He's 3 of 4 so far. He's the only one that's taking that has taken any free throws for either team. First one rattles home. Cuts the Panther lead to 6.
The lineup for the Panthers for Dietrich.
The sophomore and outside linebacker, Dakota Conwell, takes his spot next to Wilcox. Second one is also good. Walcott leading all scorers with 11. Del Rey sets a pick out high for Albert. Wilcox knocks Del Rey over, no small feat. Again, look at Pollock trying to push Del Rey out as far away from the basket as he can. That was borderline foul right there. That's a desperate move, knowing Pollock knows that if Del Rey gets the ball inside, it's all over.
Del Rey.
Number 12, Kovac, tried to get a sympathy call by bouncing off of Del Rey. Long 3-pointer.
Walcott for 3 for the Indians.
Just like that, Walcott cuts the lead to 4. He cannot miss. Someone needs to trip him or kick him in the knee or something. Conwell picked up by Walcott. Del Rey backs in. Nice drop step.
Del Rey strong for 2.
Pollock putting up very, very little resistance on that. Wilcox with the 3. Someone not named Walcott took a shot and missed. 6-point Panther lead, 23-17. Lamberio underneath gets the Indian up in the air, can't get it to go. A lot of contact. .5:44 remaining, second quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, Panthers have a 6-point lead. Walcott with an off-balance shot. He might have forced that one, but the way he's playing, he feels it. He's going to take that shot. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a desperation situation for St. Clair. They need to win this game to make it to the Whippeal tournament. And even if they win it, they'll probably get a lower seed and we'll have a tough game in the first round.
Pollock, that is the second. Into the lineup for the Indians are Kroll.
As I was about to say and observed here by a fan, a diminutive lineup coming in for for the Indians.
McPherson.
They look barely old enough to shave.
Mario for the Panthers.
Lamberio with a nice head fake and a jumper. Lamberio has 8. Worthy is checked in for the Panthers. Wilcox looks to drive, gives up his dribble, gets it over to Walcott. Walcott being pushed by Conwell. Very nice box out by both McCormick and Del Rey. Again,
Mike Worthy and Conwell in for the Panthers.
Conwell with the offensive rebound goes up strong, and he's fouled from behind.
On the offensive rebound, he will go to the line for 2.
Conwell is just a little too strong for Walcott. He creates some matchup problems on both ends. I think Coach Holder's strategy here is to play physical against Walcott. He's a finesse player, and the stronger, more robust Conwell will just push him around. And if he picks up a foul or two, so what? Wants to throw Walcott off his game. But while that's all being said, Conwell misses the first free throw. Panther lead is at 8, 25-17. 4:44 remaining. Conwell misses both of his free throws. Number 30, Krall, brings the ball across midcourt. Jumper by Walcott. Rebound McCormick. Worthy is running. There was a little push from behind by number 45. Wasn't called. Del Rey.
It is his 10th point in the ballgame here at Del Rey.
10-point Panther lead. Those 10 points from Del Rey are the difference in the game so far. Del Rey with the rejection. That's got to be a foul on Wilcox. Again, you'll see that kind of a frustration foul. He got rejected by Del Rey, and then in a move fraught with frustration.
Remember St. Clair Panthers 27, Peters Township 17.
Again, as I was saying, in a move fraught with frustration, he tried to get the ball back off of the rebounder only to foul him, when he should have just accepted the fact that he got his shot blocked and got back and played some defense. Again, 3:55 remaining. Quick recap. It's been all Walcott for the Indians with 14 of their 17 points.
At halftime, and the concession stand will also be open. So please stay, see the girls, give them a hand, and go buy something. Thank you.
Panthers playing very well so far. Some balanced scoring. Back on the court for the Indians, you have number 30, Krall. Number 5 is Wickstrom. .45 is Norton, I believe. And then Wilcox and Walcott. Again, not a very large lineup. Continue to look for them to work, the Panthers to work the ball inside the half-court trap. Panthers weren't quite expecting it. The smaller, quicker Indians were able to create the turnover. Worthy saw the pressure coming and wisely stepped back before crossing the timeline.
Wilcott, and he'll shoot one. Eric Del Rey, that is his first. The Panthers team 5th. Jordan Albert back.
2 more points for Walcott. That gives him 16 here in the first half. And we still have 3:30 remaining. Albert back in for the Panthers. Kovac back in for the Indians. Three-point play. Walcott 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And here comes that little half-court trap. Panthers break it easily. Three-pointer from McCormick. Panthers hitting the offensive boards, keep it alive. McCormick took that 3 fairly quickly. I think Coach Holzer, with a 7-point lead, would have been content to take a little time and maybe try to work it into Dietrich and Del Rey. Panthers do have the size advantage inside. Mid-range jumper from McCormick.
McCormick from Limbury.
29-20, 9-point Panther lead, just under 3 minutes remaining. Three-pointer, front rim, no good. Rebound Dietrich. Panthers got the ball up quickly, did not give the Indians time to set up. Again, another quick 3 from McCormick. Force him to his left. He likes to go to his right. Dietrich picking up Walcott right now. Horensky picked up by his matching number, Limburio. Again, Limburio with about 7 or 8 inches on Horensky and another 3 or 4 inches on arm length. Be very difficult for Horensky to get a shot off. A lot of contact. Walcott was a little out of control. That's got to be an offensive. Wilcox put his shoulder down.
On Corey Wilcox.
You're not playing fullback, son. That's an offensive foul in any league. Everybody in the stadium knew that was an offensive foul, except for 2 Peters Township fans. Under 2 minutes remaining first half, 29-20. Panthers looking to extend their 9-point lead. Come on, let's work the ball inside or get Limburio an open 3. Yes.
Limburio for 3.
When he's feeling it, he's feeling it. He's smiling. Wilcott rejected. He's looking for a call. He's not going to get it. That's got to be a foul, ref. Oh, excuse me, forgot I was on air. At any rate, when you push from behind Limburio, he's feeling it. Yes! Panther lead at 15. T.O., baby, T.O. There's a technical foul on Walcott. High level of frustration at the Indians. Panthers.
That is his second timeout. Peters Township. Upper St. Clair 35. Peters Township 20.
Oh, the Panthers are playing up to the level they're capable of playing, which they haven't all necessarily in every game this season. Shooting well, working the ball inside. When the offense is as one-dimensional for the Indians as it has been, it becomes easier to play defense. Everyone is collapsing on Walcott. No one else is really contributing. You can see that the next to last possession, Walcott really forced the ball inside. He was upset with the way Dietrich rejected his shot, but when the defender knows you're going to shoot, it becomes a lot easier to play defense. Horensky, Wilcox, Walcott, Kovac, and the unknown player, Morton. Thank you. My spotter says it's Morton. Norton, like the honeymooner, Norton. Albert shooting the technical. First is good.
Jordan Albert is shooting the technical fouls.
Panthers will retain possession. Coach Goga imploring the referee to tell him exactly what was said. And decorum keeps the ref from repeating the words from Walcott.
First both of the shots.
Either that or he didn't hear what he said. He just called a technical for the heck of it. Actually, Walcott is out for a little bit, kind of cooling him off. Panther lead 17, largest lead of the game. Norton picking up Albert. I think the Panthers will be content to take some time off the clock. Beck loses control, head fake.
There's a 3-second call on the Panthers, possession the Peters Township Indians.
I'd say that was a 2.5-second makeup call. Well, that's just my editorial opinion. Kovac brings the ball across the midcourt line, looks to drive. Indian offense without Wolcott is very limited. Offensive rebound. Jumper from the corner, no good. Panthers break quickly. 19 seconds remaining, second quarter. Big pick by Beck. Another pick. Beck's looking to knock number 45 into next week. Limberio. Well, Panthers took a little bit too much time off the clock on that last possession.
Panthers 37, the Peters Township Indians 20.
Again, 37-20, it's halftime. We're going to take a break, get yourself a cold drink, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Well, there you have the buzzer bringing both teams back to their benches for the second half. Once again, I'm your host, Hank Chesko, along with Anthony Cugini on the camera. Second half of the Peters Township Indian game. Panthers with a 17-point lead, running down. Let's recap the scoring for the Indians real quick. Horinsky 3, Wolcott 17. Not really balanced scoring for the Indians.
Township 20. Come on, Upper St. Clair. One more half for your 2010 Panthers and seniors. Let's hear it for your team.
Panthers a little bit more balanced. McCormick with 4, Albert with a couple of free throws, Steen with a 3. Del Rey had 10 very nice points underneath. Limberio lighting it up from three-point range with 4 threes and another bucket for 14. And Dietrich with a couple of nice offensive rebounds for 4. With a one-dimensional offense, the Indians become easier to guard. Wolcott is good. He's not quite a McConnell. Steen picks up Wolcott. I think what you'll see, the Panthers will switch on Wolcott. They'll have different people picking him up. Once again, Wilcox dribbles into the lane only to give up his dribble because he's shorter than everybody on the front line for the Panthers. Again, the way the Panthers are playing tonight, if they can take this momentum, if they hold on for the victory tonight and take this momentum into the playoffs, they're type of a low seed. Wolcott with a 3.
Wolcott for 3.
Again, they'll be the type of a lower seed that can, upset a top seed that might just take them a little seriously. Limberio goes all the way in. Del Rey goes up strong.
Del Rey on the follow, the score, and he'll shoot 1.
Well, the first minute of the third quarter is just more of the same from the first half. Wolcott with a 3. Limberio making a nice dribble drive for the Panthers. Del Rey getting a rebound and going up strong. Hooking his man with his left elbow. And he's going to the line. Garrett with 12 points. He's been a little inconsistent from the free throw line this year. Let's see what he can do tonight. Throws up a hard shot. 16-point Panther lead. Kovac drives, gets to the rim, but throws up a lefty shot, a little off balance. Panther ball, 39-23. They're coming out further and further on Del Rey. They don't want him to get set up near the basket. That was number 5. I don't have a name for him. He's, we'll see who that is. I don't think.
Wickstrom.
Wickstrom.
Team second.
McCormick with an ill-advised three-pointer. 39-23. Wolcott draws the contact, puts up the shot.
That foul is on David Steen.
He has 22 of the 25 Indian points. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Let's see if he can make it 6 of 8. He's 7 of 8.
Wolcott converts for his 23rd point of the
There's
game.
a full court pressure from the Indians. I think the Panthers would be well served to take some time off the clock. Kick it back out. Now, although Del Rey was open underneath, with a 13-point lead and the inability to stop Wolcott, I think it would behoove the Panthers to force the Indians to play some defense. Let's take the air out of the ball here. If you have an open shot, fine. Well done, Steve. Steve kicked it back out. Again, they have no answer for Del Rey. Again, the way these teams are playing tonight, I can't see how the Indians beat the Panthers in the first game. Del Rey drop step, goes up strong with the left hand.
Strong 4-2. Del Rey with 14 points.
Coach Holzer ignoring my advice to take his foot off the pedal, foot off the gas pedal. Wolcott back to the line.
Foul on McCormick.
I'm running out of room on my score sheet for points for Wolcott.
McCormick's first, Sinclair's second.
First one, front rim, backboard, and in. 8 of 9 for the shooter.
Mike Dietrich
in for McCormick. Wolcott misses, but
the ball possession will go to the Panthers.
Wolcott misses. The scrappy Herensky battles for the ball, but possession arrow belongs to the Panthers. Timeout on the court. I didn't see who called it. Hopefully it's a 30-second variant. 41-27, 5:52 remaining third quarter here in the last home game. Panthers in a win and in situation. If they win tonight, they'll make it into the playoffs. If it weren't for the efforts of Wolcott, the score would be 41-3 right now. That's just a bizarre game. I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like it where the scoring was so imbalanced. Many times when one player is hot, that'll open up some other players, and you get a little contribution from other members of the team. But 24 out of 27 points.
That is their second.
That's 8/9, otherwise known as 91 or 88.8% of their points coming from one player. Inbounds to Albert. Steen gets it over to Umberio. Albert tied up, decides to take the little jumper.
Albert for 2.
Wolcott tries to drive on Dietrich. Herensky makes it all the way to the basket, only to have his shot tipped and thrown off. 43-17, 16-point Panther lead. Albert works his way to the rim. Again, Coach Holzer not calling off the Dogs, not slowing it down. Albert to the line for 2.
Fouls on Herensky, his second, Peters' team fifth.
As the PA announcer said, that's 5 team fouls on the Indians here in the third quarter. First one is good.
Kroll and McPherson in for the Indians.
Kroll and McPherson. 45 is McPherson, not Norton. Second one is also good.
Converts both ends.
Panther lead extends to 18, largest lead of the night, 5:04 as Wolcott picked up by Dietrich. Pollock, in an effort to set a pick, was not set. That's called a moving pick. You can get away with that on the playground.
Will Fox. That is his third. Team 6.
Fouls are piling up for the Indians. Broke that press rather easily. Good defense by the Indians. Ball was slapped out of Steen's hand and then off of his arm. The Indians need about 9 more stops like that to get back into this game. Maybe Kroll will help them crawl back into it. Wolcott from the corner, in and out. Little contact after it. Again, some good hustle on the part of the Indians. Number 45. 45 ripped it out of the Panther hand. McCormick doubled up on the baseline, or on the sideline. Del Rey tries to work inside, kicks it back out. Slow down, Panthers, slow down. 16-point lead, you don't have to shoot again. Ball worked inside nicely to Del Rey.
Del Rey from Steen.
The Indians tried to get position behind Del Rey, but Del Rey avoided the offensive foul. Pollock tries to work in on Del Rey, to no avail. Running one-hander from number 5. Can't get it to go. Wickstrom. 47-29, 18-point Panther lead. Indians are double teaming wherever they can. Looks like the Panthers were going to have the ball worked inside for an easy layup. Wolcott whips the ball out. Wolcott whips the ball over to Wickstrom. Wickstrom has it rejected by Dietrich.
For Steen for the Panthers.
Lamberiou back in for Steen. Wolcott putting the ball in bounds. Wolcott with the 3.
Wolcott with 3.
It gives him 29 for the evening. Oh no, I'm sorry, it gives him 27. Wickstrom did have a basket. Foul on the Indians. Panthers will be going to the line. That's the 7th team foul.
Del Rey will shoot 2.
First one rattles out for Del Rey. Double zero in for the Indians. I don't have a double zero on my roster. Dakota Norton, I'm told, by my spotter. Del Rey connects the second, makes it 1 out of 3. 17 points for the game for Del Rey. Wolcott with a nice quick first step. Hey! Some of the Indian fans upset about that move. There was a lot of nothing on that play. I'm not sure what they were getting concerned about.
Mike Worthy back into the lineup for the Panthers.
some Indian fans upset with the ref's call. I should be more upset with the play of their team than the calls of the ref. 48-32, 2:37 remaining, third quarter. Head fake by Wickstrom. Gets a step. He's fouled.
Is on Brett McCormick.
He's fouled as he drives.
Players 15 foul. Corey Wilcox back in for the Indians, replacing
Wolcott gets it into Wilcox.
Ryan Crawl.
Nice spin move by Wilcox. Conwell gets over to deflect the shot, but not without getting some body on him. 48-32. That's the 6th Panther foul, 7 on the Indians, so we have 13 team fouls in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. We're going to be here a while. This is going to be a free throw shooting contest. Wilcox with his first points of the evening.
Horinsky back into the lineup.
Cuts the Panther lead to 15. Number 4, Horinsky back in. Second one is short. Long rebound. It's got to be a foul on number 5. He just pushed him out of bounds, but they're going to call the ball out on the Indians. Again, I don't hear any Indian fans complaining about that missed call. Good hustle play by the Peters. Wolcott forces a shot. Some backcourt pressure. Nice no-look pass by McCormick. Indians looking to double the ball wherever it is. If you keep doing that, you get real tired, and eventually someone will be open. A strategic doubling of the ball can work, get a quick turnover, but that's got to be a foul. Looked like a wrestling move. I think they wanted to commit the foul to send Conwell to the free throw line. You know, they're at the point with the team fouls. Well, there will be shooting 1-and-1, so you might as well use them up, send them to the line, try to cut into the lead.
Christian back in for the Panthers.
Come out, try to get the quick turnover. If you don't, you foul them and take your chances. Conwell, free throw is long. Limberio fights for the rebound, but Pollock had position. 48-33, 15-point St. Clair lead. Wolcott drives on Conwell.
Craig Wolcott will shoot 2.
We are going to be here for a while. First one bounces in, then out for Wolcott. A rare miss. Second one is good. Found his range, as a good shooter usually will. Cuts the Panther lead to 14.
Ryan Crawl into the lineup for Craig Wolcott.
Conwell gets the ball into Worthy. Worthy gets the ball to the middle of the court to Dietrich. Dietrich very nicely over to McCormick. McCormick hits Worthy in stride. Those are Mike's first 2 points of the night. Long three from Horinsky. Rebound. Limberio. Panthers break quickly. Limberio, 4 players guarding Limberio. It looked like Limberio and the Smurfs.
Will go to the Indians.
Reminded me of a scene out of Gulliver's Travels, where there was these little midgets all around the bigger Gulliver, but they got the ball. God bless them. 50-34, 16-point Panther lead. Kovac brings the ball across the court, picked up by Albert. Back left in the dust by Walcott, but nice help defense from the weak side by McCormick. Rejects the shot again. When the offense is one-dimensional, that gives the weak side defenders a great opportunity to come over and make some animal-like rejections. Foul on the floor. Nice fake by Wilcox.
Foul on the barrier. Peters will shoot 1-1. Corey Wilcox will go to the line.
Wilcox is 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Front end of a 1-1, as the PA man said.
Crawl back in for Wilcox.
Wilcott taking a breather. They've just taken 92% of their offense off the court. First one way short. Quick rebound to McCormick. McCormick tied up in the backcourt. Half-court press. Half-court trap. Panthers break it. Look for a very active Peters defense right now. They're going to double team just about every time any. Oh, nice little ball fake from
Albert for 2.
That gives Albert 7 points. Three-pointer from Herensky. Short. McCormick with the rebound. Panthers patiently break the press. Lamberia wide open three. A little bit of contact. Ball fought for. Off of an Indian foot. 52-34, 18-point Panther lead, 6.5 seconds remaining, third quarter. Oh, quickly back to, very nice pass from Beck back to Steen. He's fouled with 3.3 remaining. Nothing can go right for the Indians tonight.
He will shoot 1-1. That was a 4 foul.
Steen with the lefty stroke.
Craig Wilcox back into
shooting the front end of a 1-1. Looking to extend the Panther lead to 19. First one is good.
Steen will get the bonus.
The Indians snuck Walcott back into the lineup on that free throw, on the foul. Second one is also good. Kovac with the running three, one-hander.
That ends 3 quarters of play. Your St. Clair Panthers 54, the Peters Township Indians 34. Come on, let's hear it for your 2010 Panthers. They got one more quarter to go.
Panther lead out to 20, 54-34. Again, they have added 5 points to that 15-point halftime lead. The Indians made a couple of runs, but again, could never really get any momentum. Offense remaining pretty much one-dimensional. We've got two new Indians into the scoring column. Wilcox with 1 and Wickstrom with 2. Herensky with 3, so that's 6. So 6 out of 34 is 28. Walcott has 28 points. And for all of his efforts, he still finds his team down by 20. To the more balanced, taller, stronger, more physical Panthers. Again, the way they're playing tonight, I don't understand how this Peters team could have beaten them the first time. Again, it was an away game. I didn't go there, but again, if the Panthers can take this, build on this game and take this momentum into the playoffs, they may surprise a couple of teams. You know, the recipe for an upset, whether you're at this level or at the college level, you'll see somebody will get hot from three-point range, which Lamberia can do. You know, work the ball inside, get the other team in foul trouble, which Del Rey can do. And then you have some other good contributors like Steen and McCormick. Nice interior pass That would have been a cross check if this was hockey, but it's just ball out of bounds. Pollock just whacked at Del Rey's arm. I guess it was all ball, but Limberio double teamed on the baseline. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Indians. Del Rey, McCormick, Jordan, Limberio, and Dietrich. Wolcott and 4 other guys for the Indians. Everyone's standing around watching Wolcott run in circles. There's just no movement from anyone else in the Indian offense. Pollock drives again, but gives the ball up as he gets it into the paint. He's done that at least a half dozen times this evening, where he drives and then gets the ball into the paint and then just kicks it back out. Three-pointer from Kovac. Yes.
Kovac for 3 for the Indians.
Full court pressure from the Indians. Limberio gives up his dribble. Turnover at midcourt. Horensky, Johnny on the spot. Panther lead down to 17. Wolcott looks to drive, pulls it back out, in and out. Indians pressure off of the miss. Del Rey out on the wing, give it up, Garrett. That's a lot of hand checking. This is not hockey there, Mr. Horensky. Again, a desperation defensive play, stripping the ball from behind. Nice bounce pass. Pollock couldn't handle the bounce pass. Coach Holzer wants a timeout, slow things down.
Timeout, Panthers.
The chaotic defense of the Indians the last 2 or 3 possessions has created some turnovers and gotten a couple of stops, but the Indians really have not been able to capitalize on those turnovers. 54-37, 17-point Panther lead. 9 team fouls for the Indians, 17 fouls for the Panthers. Panthers will be in the shooting the double bonus on the next Indian free throw. Indians will still be shooting a couple of 1-and-1s. Both teams, let's see, we've got the possession arrow favoring the Panthers at this point. Again, it's the Panthers' balance and size along the front line that's really been the difference in this game. Kovac, Wolcott, Horensky, Wysocki, and Pollock. McCormick, Steen, Dietrich, Del Rey, and Albert for the Panthers. Again, the Indians down 17 are extending their defense on every play, playing with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more intensity on defense. Cause another Panther turnover. Albert booted the ball out of bounds off of the pressure on the dribble drive. Horensky picked up by Steen. Long three-pointer. Doesn't come close to drawing any iron from Wysocki. Foul in the backcourt.
Foul will be on Horensky. That will put Peters Township over the limit. St. Clair will shoot 2 fouls the rest of the way. David Steen to the line.
As my PA announcer said, Panthers will be shooting 2 on every foul the rest of the way. Steen made his first 2 at the end of the third quarter. Nice lefty stroke. You can just watch a free throw shooter. You can just tell the confidence he shoots with, the smoothness of his stroke. He expects the ball to go in every time. Nice spin of the ball. Nice rotation. And then I talk him up and he misses the shot. Thank you. All right, a 18-point Panther lead, 55-37. 5:20 remaining. Walcott drives. He's tied up by McCormick. They're going to call a foul.
Walcott will go to the line for 2.
I thought that was one of the times when the defense was actually pretty adequate on Walcott, and McCormick had his hand on the ball. I think they're just going to clear the lane out for Walcott on every possession. Let him drive, and if he draws a foul, so be it. If he makes the shot, so be it. They're going to get back into this game on the back of Mr. Walcott. Makes his first free throw. Cuts the Panther lead to 17, 55-38. Look for the Indians to stay with the full court pressure.
And now has 30 points.
They take Walcott out on defense, let him get a breath, and if they are just, oh, come on, that's got to be a foul. They were not even trying to get the ball. It looked like they were trying to tickle him, for goodness sake. They just, hands were everywhere. They were all over his body.
David Steen will shoot 2.
Steen back to the line, 16-point Panther lead. Steen will be shooting 2. I'm sorry for getting a little excited there, listeners, but it was just, that play was just silly, the way they played defense. They were just poking at his ribs and not even trying to get the ball. First one is short. That was the tickle me elbow defense. Again, these games are much more fun when you have a 16-point lead than some of the tough games we've had earlier in the season. And they've renewed my contract for another 3 years, so I can say just about anything I want. And the second one is short. You know, how many times does it happen when you watch a game? You know, I jinxed him. I was just talking about how good of a free throw shooter he was, and the last 3 were terrible efforts. Horensky with the 3.
4-3 for the Indians. Timeout, Peters Township.
That cuts the Panther lead to 13.
Third timeout.
Coach Holzer's got to be getting a little bit of a knot in his stomach. 13-point lead. That's as close as the Indians have been since the second quarter. Looked like we had this game well under control with a 20-point lead, but the Indians have gone on a 7 spurt here. Early part of the third quarter. When a team can shoot threes like that, and they're playing high risk, desperation defense, and they've caused a lot of turnovers the last 4 or 5 Panther possessions. You know, when you're down by 20, you start taking chances. And sometimes those chances work out, and you get back in the game. Other times, it turns into a 30-point lead. But when you're down 20, that's what you have to do. And the Panthers need to make some free throws. Steen's now missed his last 3 attempts. Alpert, Steen, Dietrich, Del Rey, and Limberio be Panther ball. The Panthers, this is off of a score, so the Panthers can move along the baseline if they so desire. He doesn't have to stand still. That was a very quick 5 seconds. That was more like 4.3. Look for the Indians to try to get the ball into Walcott's hands. Horensky head fake. There's a little bit of hop in the Indian step right now. They're playing with an intensity they haven't played with. Walcott pull-up jumper.
4-2.
Panther lead to 11. They break the pressure. Over to Albert. Albert, ball deflected by Pollock. We have a game, fans. 3-pointer. Kovac was feeling it. Again, a lot of hand checking by the Indians. They're going to take every chance they can on defense. Look at those hands. Horensky with his hands all over Limberio. The Panthers don't want Dietrich and Del Rey dribbling the ball. Again, that's got to be a foul. It's almost an intentional foul. He didn't even go for the ball. He just pushed. He just pushed Steen.
Bill Ray from Lemberry, timeout. Upper St. Clair.
That's 19 points for Delray. The Indians have really had no answer for him underneath. Lead back to 13.
That is Del Rey's 18th point of the game.
No, it's his 19th. He had one free throw. The PA man is wrong. I'm correct. 57-14, 13-point Panther lead, 3:52 remaining.
Points.
And he corrected himself. I do these games for free. Again, that last basket by Del Rey was huge. The Panthers had their 20-point lead whittled down to 11. A stop there would have given the Indians a chance to cut it into single digits, get it down below 10, which is always one of those, one of those things you want to do. When you're cutting a lead, you want to take it 5-point increments. You want to get from 15 to 10, from 10 to 5, and then from 5 down to 0. And getting into single digits would have been huge. Would have made it would have put a lot of pressure on the Panthers. But they were patient, worked the ball around the perimeter, and then again, as we said before, when the Indians try that double teaming, if the Panthers move the ball quickly, if you got two guys on one somewhere, somebody else has to be open. Hit the open man, as Coach Red Holzman used to say. Wolcott brings up, picked up by Dietrich. Herensky head fake, had a notion. It's going to be tough for Herensky to get off a three with the size he gives up to Lemberry. Wolcott, quick release. Nice job by Wilcox to keep the ball alive. Punched it volleyball style out of Del Rey's hands. McCormick in for Dietrich.
McCormick back for the Panthers.
McCormick over to Steen. Lemberry with a nice crossover dribble to get free. Nice. Oh, he got pushed. He just pushed him from behind. If you have your DVR on, replay that one, and you'll see that number 30 just pushed Del Rey from behind. Again, it was a desperation foul because he knew Del Rey had the easy shot. Herensky finally makes a shot. Now look, again, that's an intentional foul. He didn't go for the ball. That's horrible. Now, the foul was not on Herensky. The foul was on Kovac. 12 is Kovac. 4 is Herensky. 10-point Panther lead, 2:58 remaining. I'm sorry, that last possession where they got the ball into a wide-open Del Rey underneath, I think that was Kroll. Kroll just pushed him from behind. It was just an absolutely horrible call on the part of the officials. Steen's now missed his last 4 free throws. Panther lead stays at 10. Drops one.
Steen converts the second.
11-point Panther lead, 2:57 remaining. Wilcox brings the ball across midcourt, picked up by Del Rey, up high. Herensky dribbles into the paint, kicks the ball back out to Kovac. Herensky, a little trouble getting the handle. Wolcott kicks it out to Wilcox. Herensky hustling, but you can't go through the rebounder to get to the ball.
Mike Dietrich will go to the line for 2.
Credit Herensky with nice hustle and not being intimidated by the much taller and much wider Dietrich. But that's just a battle he's not going to win. 58-47, Dietrich first trip to the free throw line. Long, Panthers on ice cold here in the fourth quarter. Second is good, rattles it home.
Second.
12-point Panther lead, 2:32 remaining. Wolcott, pull-up jumper.
Wolcott following for two.
Panthers having some trouble with that pressure. The smaller, quicker Indian defenders. No. Yeah, you have the ball now, but you fouled them before you got the ball, Mr. Wolcott. Okay? This is a delay of game. There should be another technical on Wolcott. He's trying to show up the referees. The Indian fans and Coach Goga upset with the play, but again, the player was mugged. The player was mugged well before Wolcott grabbed the ball. Wolcott grabbed the ball after the whistle was blown and after the foul was called. He can make it look like he had nothing but the ball, but the foul was committed well before the.
Wolcott, that is his fourth.
But the foul was. The Indian fans showing their poor sportsmanship. First one by Albert is good. Takes the lead back out to 11, 60-49. The Indians have shown that they have no quit in them. They fought back from a 20-point lead. Alpert a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Wolcott kicks it back out to Kovac. Alpert came out on Kovac, distracted him. Kovac with a air ball from three-point range.
Mario and McCormick back in for the Panthers.
They do have a Smurf-like defense here on this pressure. I don't know that they have one player other than Wilcox that's over 6 foot. Now look at his hands. Look at his hands. He's grabbing his waist. And the ref refuses to call it. Again, replay that one and watch number 12, Kovac. He grabbed Alpert around the waist. They are not even trying to hide their fouls. They're just going to hack at the ball and hack a Panther until the refs call a foul. McCormick with a nice baseline drive. 14-point Panther lead, 134, and that's a travel. 0-0 gets called for the travel. Wolcott and Herensky back in for the Indians.
Wolcott and Herensky back in for the Indians.
There's an echo in here. Pass inbounds to Alpert. Limberio breaks the pressure. He's quickly attacked by 3 Smurfs. Again, this high-risk, high-pressure Indian defense. You know, when you're down by 14 with less than a minute or the minute to go, don't shoot it, Brett. There's no need to shoot it, Brett. Brett gets the nice pass over to Limberio. Panther lead back to 16. 3-point attempt by the Indians, no good. 50 seconds remaining. Timeout, Holzer. Coach Holzer calls a timeout to get some of his seniors back in the game, give them a few more minutes. Again, my apologies if I got a little animated here in the fourth quarter. Again, there were just some calls out there. They were just, you know, the Indian fans were complaining about missed calls, but my goodness, the Panthers were just getting, you know, undressed practically on the court, and there weren't any calls being made. Beck, Limberio, Worthy, Klein, and Richardson in for the Panthers. Coach Goga also clearing his back.
Limberio and Richardson on the floor for the Panthers.
Worthy gets it over to Klein. Klein walks with the ball.
Craig Wolcott leads the game with 34 points.
Nice effort from Wolcott. 34 points if you heard the PA man. Actually, I think he has 36, but I think the Indians just content to run the clock out here. Coach Goga also emptied his bench here with a few JV players. Long three, front rim, rebound to the Indians. That was Kevin Glod with the putback. Cuts the lead to 14.
For the Indians.
Richardson's going to take the three in his last game as a home game as a Panther. And he has an air ball to remember it by. 7.5 seconds. I think this one's all but over except for the shouting. Indians will take one more three. Final score is academic. Well, there you have it. And a must-win game. And a must-win game for the Panthers.
For your 2010 seniors, this win today qualifies the St. Clair Panthers for the WPIL tournament. Congratulations.
Let's recap.
And congratulations, Peters Township, as they enter the tournament also.
Let's recap the scoring real quick. McCormick 6 for the Panthers. Alpert had 10. Steen had 7. Del Rey had 21. Limberio with 16. Dietrich with 5. Worthy with 2.
19. Mike Worthy with 3.
Very nice effort by the Panthers tonight in a must-win situation. They won their way. They played their way into the tournament. Again, this is Hank Chesko. This will be our last broadcast of the season, unless they bring us in for an away game. Again, on behalf of the Rebounders Club, my thanks to the boosters, the Rebounders Club, for giving me an opportunity to be the voice of the Panthers again, and my thanks to my videographer, Anthony Cugini, Anthony, you did about 6 or 7 games for us this year. He's done a great job. And a great job means I don't have to help him plug the camera in before the game. So again, thanks. Come on out. Watch the Panthers play in the playoffs if you get a chance. Take care, and we'll talk to you next year.